Well, it's a new car today, not the Rexy or my father's car or the not the Beamer, the Holden. Hello, how are we?
Hi!
G'day guys. So in this video we're going to be doing, well, what are we going to be doing?
We're just putting gauges into my car so it doesn't blow up again.
Yes, she's got good history with blowing motors.
Hey! It's only been one!
It's true, she's got good history. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing is installing gauges. What gauges have you got again actually?
So AFR, boost, oil temp and oil pressure.
Yeah, so with the AFR gauge, we're not going to be properly installing that this video because we're waiting on her to get a custom downpipe made. Yeah, we're getting custom downpipe made and put a bung in that because with AFR gauges you need a bung. So that'll be another video on properly installing that. And yeah, so we're going to do all the gauges and everything. I'm not going to do a properly in-depth video because I've already done that. So if you want to see that video, I'll put it in the description. But yeah, so she's also... Wow, trying to make fun of me. She's also gone and done what's your exhaust?
Well, I blew out my last one, my video exhaust.
There's a photo just here.
So I've had to go and get a whole new axle back without a muffler or anything. So it's nice and loud now.
Yes.
Not as loud as his, but
I'll show you it. It's a lot better quality than mine. Mine looks very dodgy. But have a look at these welds. They're pretty top notch. One of the guys, she's gonna start and blow my head off. Yeah, it sounds sick. But the guy that did her exhaust, he's like a really pretty well-known fabricator down in her side of Melbourne. So yeah, so he's gone and done her exhaust. As you can tell, it's pretty damn loud. And yeah, so it sounds sick. It's basically a straight pipe. It's just got one resonance, so it's pretty damn loud. Yeah, so we're gonna start doing the gauges and I'm just gonna bring you guys with me, so let's go. So getting started on the gauges basically, what we're gonna be doing first is we're gonna lift the front of the car up and put it on jack stands. And so I'm gonna get it to roll back, put it on bricks because the car's way too low to just put it up. And then we are going to drain all the oil basically. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so we've just jacked the car up completely. We've got everything on jack stands and everything. We are going to, what are we doing now?
Just draining the oil.
Yeah, so we're going to drain all the oil and into a bucket, and then we're going to change the oil at it because it's been a little bit since we changed oil. So yeah, so we're going to go and drain all the oil and yeah, let's go. So we have just gone and drained all the oil. What we're gonna do now is take off the oil filter. So I've got some clamps because I'm too broke to afford proper things, even though they're about 20 bucks. But I just haven't got to go get one yet. It's been 3 years, probably should have one, but anyways. So what we're gonna do is gonna take off that filter. We're gonna use a clamp. It'll do the exact same job. I've done it a million times, so yeah, let's take that filter off. Alright, so change of plans. Those clamps didn't work because G3s are a lovely type of car to work on, aren't they?
Hey, don't be mean. Please.
They are. They're crap to work on.
Okay.
But so we went down to Super Cheap and we've got these two tools here. We've got two different types. I don't know which ones are going to work, but we'll go with it. So yeah, let's get this stupid looking filter off. Yeah.
Hey.
Let's go. I think we got it. Yes. Well, here it comes. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Well, the oil filter's finally off. Cool, mad, that's what we need. Alright, so we finally got the filter off. It was a absolute pain. Whoever's done it up, well, the place that did it up, that changed their engine and everything, obviously used hand tools to tighten it up. And I think most people know do not use hand tools when tightening them up. So, yeah. So it was absolutely horrible to get off. We made like dents, and I'll show you the actual filter itself. So, I don't know if you guys can see it, but look how damaged this thing is because we had to like try to pry it open. Look at it. Like that is absolutely horrible. Like it's just, we just like basically put holes in it. I was debating getting a screwdriver and just punching it straight through the middle of it, but try to pry it open, but we got there in the end. But yeah, so Just don't use tools tightening these up, please. But yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to try to get a sandwich plate underneath of it and start doing all the gauges stuff, which is exciting. Excited? Yeah.
Finally.
Yes, finally. It's been a long time in the making. So yeah. So we're going to try to get the gauges, all the tube oil gauges knocked up, and then we'll do the rest. So let's go. Like I said earlier, if you want in depth in that, the link is in the description. So kill. Don't laugh at me. Basically what we're doing now is we've got one of the oil temp, I think it's the oil temp gauge we've got at the moment, and we've got to put this little thread into, this is called a sandwich plate. So what Tyler's doing now, she's taking it all out, and we're going to see if this fits. 100% sure it should, but it's going to make sure. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to fit that sandwich plate underneath the car, just between the between the filter and the bottom of the motor. And yeah, so we're Gucci. We're good? Fits?
Yeah.
Perfectly. So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put this little buddy in it and screw it up as if you were screwing in a like your filter. So show you how that goes. So you're going to push that in that way. Yep. So see how it goes in that way and like goes in and out. So basically it's just replacing this, and then we're going to put this into that thread there. So yeah, that's how that works. And yeah, cool. So we're going to start doing that right now, get it all knocked out. So let go. Alright, so what we're doing now is we've got the sandwich plate, and we've got this little O-ring gasket, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to make sure this is like all perfectly clean. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of oil, and we're going to basically smear this with a tiny bit of oil around it, so if it moves it doesn't like catch and basically break the whole thing apart. And then put a little bit of oil on top as well, and then we're going to chuck it inside the car and match this up right to the top of the engine. So let's put some oil on this and fit into the car. Basically what Ty and I have just gone and done is we've soldered underneath. We've put a few connections on, and I don't know if you guys can see right up there, but we've soldered 2 more connectors onto it. And what we're going to do is get that ground there and attach it just there. So yeah, don't make fun of my accent. Attach it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get this wire here. We've fed it all the way up from right down there, and same with this little wire. And we are going to feed it through, hopefully, through the fender, all the way out here and straight underneath the car, to basically out where is it? See if I can find it. Yeah, right there, basically. And it comes out the well just there. So yeah, hopefully that all goes to plan. It's a possibility it won't, but that's cars, I guess. But we'll see. And that's your car especially. You're good at it. So yeah. We'll see how we figure it out. We're just going to feed the lines through, and yeah, I'll give you guys an update, so we're not going to bother about recording that part. So yeah, let's go. Alright, so we have gone and fed this through. Well, Tyler actually fed it through. We've gone out through this fender. We took this front part off, and underneath here for a little bit of wiggle room, we just put that front part on, and we've got this wiggle room bit here. And we've gone and fed it straight through. I don't know if it's going to actually focus where you can see. There we go. Where that grommet part is there, and it's gone all throughout inside the car, through a little fender lining thing just down here, and it's come up and through here. With one of them, we have to extend it. The line just comes to, where is it? Just here. So we have to extend a few of them, but one of them's ground, which will just ground to that bolt just there. And yeah, so we'll just feed these 2 up to over here. And yeah, so hopefully, like, honestly, it won't be that much longer at all. But what we're going to do first is we're going to be feeding the boost gauge and doing all the boost gauge, which we're going to cut the T for, which I'm going to show you exactly how I did afterwards. I'm just going to put a quick time lapse of just cutting it and putting it on, and I'll explain everything after we fed all the wires. So yeah, let's get that done. we have gone and connected up the boost, which is just here. And we fed it all the way around and into that fender and then back around again. If I sound different, it's because I'm on my other camera, which is the better one. I should use this more, but because of wind noise, I can't because I don't have a little muffle thing on the top. But yeah, so Tyler's getting all ahead of the wiring we're gonna need to do. And yeah, so I'm probably gonna make this brief. I'm not really gonna get too much into it because I've got other videos, as I said a few times. And yeah, so let's get the wiring going and get all this hooked up. So let's go. Alright, so after, how long? We're working 4 hours?
Oh, I have no idea.
More than that, probably. Too many hours and too many frustrations. We have gone and wired up everything underneath the car. Everything's all detached. But yeah, basically we've got everything we can possibly do. I didn't want to record the whole thing because it's a very boring process. But if you follow those instructions, it's like relatively simple to understand. So yeah, if you don't understand it, DM me on Instagram. But yeah, cool. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to try to start the car, and if all goes to plan, those two gauges and the bottom one, is it?
Yeah, but I'm only putting it on accessories here because there's no oil or anything.
Yeah, so just to put it on accessories. Come on, please. Whoop. Okay, so that one isn't working for some reason, so we can look into that, but those two are.
Yeah.
And then we're going to figure out what's going on with the boost up there. So that should be simple. We'll figure out how to, that's not why that's not connecting properly. But these two are working, which is awesome, which means we've done everything right. So yeah, cool. All right, I'll get back to you guys when we get that one sorted. So yeah. All right, so a bit of a change of plans. I told you I would tell you guys when it was working. Well, I am. It's just that today is the next day. So it got to what, about 1 AM, 2 AM? Yeah. It got pretty damn late. So we thought maybe we're just gonna wait till the morning, and yeah. So we finished it last night, but we aren't showing you till now because it was pitch black last night. You probably wouldn't be able to see a thing. So I'm gonna do the honors and start the car, and then I'll explain exactly what happened. So yeah, so basically that gauge there is it, and then these two gauges. So the top one and these two gauges are meant to work, and there we go. Both of them are working perfectly.
Even though they're not straight.
Even though they're not straight, and we've got to glue them in with like Gorilla Glue or something, but we'll do that when we get a little bit more time. I just got to go to work like always. So yeah, but yeah, all the gauges are working perfectly. You happy with them?
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah.
Just need to change that to blue now.
Yes. So apparently, these are pain. You were telling me they were meant to be a pain.
Yeah. So apparently, it's not like just LED lights. You can change. It's like the actual whole system's red.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to maybe buy like a secondhand cluster and swap it, and then work on and see if I can do it.
So by the whole system being red, you mean like it's like a layer behind it, is it?
Yeah. So it's not just like LED lights where you can just take them out and swap into a different one. It's like the whole thing is that color.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Not just something you can change.
Yeah. I think GDs are similar to that. I'm not sure, but I think they are. But yeah. So basically, we're gonna try to figure out one day how to change them to blue. That'd be really cool because then everything is blue, even though like stereo system's blue and everything. And underglow, yeah, or whatever it's called. What is it? Footwell glowing. Yeah. But yeah, so this whole sort of thing works fine. We've tested it. We drove it around the block as well. It works perfectly. I just didn't want to film in the pitch black, so I hope you guys understand that. But yeah, so basically, is that where your traction control is? Yeah. That little button there. Well, there you go. Must be nice to have traction control. But
no, not really.
No? It would be annoying, I guess. But yeah, so anyways, all the gauges are working perfectly fine. Just so you guys do know, the part that wasn't working on the gauges, in case you run into this sort of issue too, is underneath her car, she's got like these little springs. You're not gonna be able to see it, but right under here, there's these little springs that for when you move your steering wheel up and down. So one of the cables actually got cut by that spring.
The ground.
By the ground cable got cut by that spring. So I went under there and I was like, why isn't it working? Because we tested everything. We tested about 1,000 times. She had the multimeter up and against it and everything. So yeah. But yeah, it got cut by that spring. So make sure if you're doing G3s, make sure those little cables stay far away from those springs, because that'll lead you into the situation we were into. But yeah, we spent about 3 hours trying to fix that, and it was this tiny weeny little thing. So yeah. But anyways, all the gauges and everything work perfectly fine. It's good. You're enjoying it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's good to see exactly what your car's thinking. So so she doesn't blow it up again. But anyways, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys all next video. See you, bye.